There was once a king who had a great palace with wonderful gardens. In those gardens there lived thousands of creatures from hundreds of different species. They were of great variety and color, and they turned that place into a kind of paradise that everyone could enjoy. There was only one thing in this garden that the king disliked. Near the center stood the remains of what had been centuries ago a oak tree, but that now was withered and dry, and detracted from the color and beauty of its surroundings. This bothered the king so much that he finally ordered it to be cut down and replaced by a beautiful series of fountains. Sometimes later, a wise noble was visiting the king at his place. He whispered in the king's ear, "Majesty, you are the wisest of men. Everywhere on here talks of the beauty of this garden and the multitude of creatures that populate them. But during the time I've spent here, I've hardly seen anything other than this fountain and just a few small birds. What a deception!" The king, who never tried to deceive anyone, found to his mirror that the noble had told him was true. They had spent so many months admiring the fountains that they had realized that hardly any animals remained in the gardens. Without wasting time, he sent for the court expert and advisor. The king had to listen to many lies, inventions, and assumptions, but nothing could explain what had happened. Not even the great reward offered by the king managed to recuperate the royal gardens from splendor. Many years later, a young man presented himself to the king, assuring him that he could explain what had happened and how the animals could be returned. "What happened with your garden is that there just wasn't enough food, your majesty, particularly mood food." All those present looked at the young man's joke. The bird got ready to throw him out, but the king stopped them. "I want to hear what you have to say. From the thousand lies I've heard, none have begun like that." The young man continued, very serious, and started explaining how the garden's big animals fed mainly of the little brightly colored birds, who owed their appearance to their own food, composed of colorful worms, who in turn fed on various rare species of plant and flower that could only grow in that part of the world, just so long as there was enough mud poo for them. And so he continued, telling how the muds were the basis of much food are very other breeds, whose poo encouraged the appearance of new species of plant that fed other insect and animal, and which were in turn vital to the existence of other species. And the young man would have kept speaking without pause if the king had not shouted, "Enough, and you tell me how you know all these things, being so young?" asked the king. "Well, because no all from your garden are at my house. Before I was born, my father collected that old tree you had torn out from the middle of the garden, and he planted it in our garden. Since then, every spring from out of the tree come thousands and thousands of moths. With time, the moth attracted the bird, and new plants and trees grew, providing food for other animals, that in turn provide food for others. And now, my father's old place is filled with life and color, all thanks to be moths from the big old tree."